Introduction to mole fraction and partial pressure. If you have a gas in a volume, there are 4 different gases in this volume, and that's the same volume. And we'll split the gas into their respective gases. So gas A, gas B, gas C, and D, and we combine all of them in the same volume. Each gas has its own mole. So that's the number of mole of A, number of mole of B, number of mole of C, number of mole of D. So when they combine together, all those mole will be the total number of mole, which is N. And each gas will have its own pressure. Because it has its own pressure, we call it partial pressure. So that's partial pressure of B, partial pressure of C, partial pressure of D, and all of them together in the same volume is the total pressure. Mole fraction is the mole of A divided by the total mole. So that's what we call mole fraction. And the symbol for mole fraction is lambda. Partial pressure, we know what partial pressure is. So partial pressure of A is the pressure of A alone in the volume. Partial pressure of B is the pressure of B alone in the volume. Partial pressure of C is the pressure of C alone in the volume. And the total pressure is P. Mole fraction is the mole of a gas divided by the total mole of all the gases. Partial pressure is mole fraction times the total pressure. Partial pressure equals mole fraction times the total pressure. And the total pressure is equal to sum of all the partial pressure. Sum means addition. So this symbol, capital sigma, is an addition symbol, meaning you're adding all these together. P, partial pressure of A, plus partial pressure of B, plus partial pressure of C, plus partial pressure of D equals to P. Mole fraction is the fraction of the total number of moles that each gas represents in a reaction. So the mole fraction of A will be the mole of A divided by the total mole of the gases in the system. Partial pressure is the portion of the total pressure that each gas in a chemical reaction represents in a closed system. So the partial pressure of A is the pressure of A in that volume. Partial pressure of B is the pressure of B in that volume. So is the pressure of B in this volume is a partial pressure. The pressure of A in this volume is the partial pressure. And the pressure of C in this volume is the partial pressure. Total pressure of a mixture of gases is equal to the sum of the partial pressures of the gases in the mixture. This is known as Dalton's law. So that's Dalton's law, which means this is Dalton's law. That is the sum of all the partial pressure. So if you add that to that, plus that equals to P. And that's Dalton's law.